Oh yeah, it's subtracting entirely, and this trick requires two rubber bands. So, um, I will be doing the tutorial and the performance performance first. Wait, hold on, I just got a text. Okay, I don't have to read that now. I mean, I read it, but okay. So, yeah, it's two rubber bands separated by my index and pinky. Let's get into it. So, what you want to do is you want to have the spectator squeeze together these two strings. So, we'll just do that now. Okay, and then you have them keep on squeezing those two strings, and whenever they want to let go, tell them to let go. And they become interlocked. See? They're completely interlocked, and they did that. So, you say, try the other hand. Squeeze together in that same spot with the other hand. Goes right back to it. Okay, so this trick I did pretty badly, but this you could do the same thing by just going like this. So as long as there's pretty good of a cover, so you just keep on going like this, and you go like, oh, then you keep on shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking, and it goes back together. So obviously there's a setup. What you want to do is you want to create the illusion that it's the same thing before, but really you have it wrapped around just like that. If this ever happens, or this, that doesn't mean they have to restart the whole thing. That just means you have to grab it again. You start back. So, okay, now I released it. Yeah, you want to just practice this move. I'll teach it, but before I teach it, I would just want to say that you should always practice. Okay, so, the way you want to do this is you want to have the setup, okay, which I will be teaching just in a couple minutes, okay? And then if you want to do it the easier way, but the more riskier way, which, the more riskier way might be, this, because, there's not much protection, only you moving your hands back and forth. But okay, so, like, say I have a spectator's hand, right? And then with the hand, you go to pinch something. With these fingers, you're covering this much of your view space. So, oops. Okay. So, since you're covering that much of your view space, what you, the magician, should do is, depending on which hand he or she uses, like say she uses her right hand or his, and then you want to let go of your left hand because their right hand is protecting or is covering your left hand, which is what you want to do. You want to release your middle and ring finger. That will create that. Then you don't say anything. You just kind of give them time to see what happened, what's different. And then you can always go something like that. Just yep, they're really interlocked. No way of getting out of that. So then you say, try the other and see what happens. Before you say, let's try this again. Say, oh, let's try it with the other hand and see what happens. Not like they do it again, but they use the same hand. Because if they use the same hand, they're blocking this hand, not this hand. Because if you do it, depending on how slick you are and how slick you can do it, depends on if you're able to do it with the same hand or not. So the setup, which you guys have probably been waiting for, is not as hard as you might think. I mean, it took me some practice getting used to do, because I watched 2 videos on this. I think Scam School did it a while ago with hairbands, and then just yesterday or 2 days ago, Jake, Miss Mag 822's son, did it. He actually did it a different way, so I'm going to be teaching you guys both, whichever way is more comfortable for you guys. So you want to take I'm going to spread it out more so you guys can kind of see. You want to take the 2 rubber bands, and the way that, I think the way that Jake, Miss Mag, Jay's brother, oh my god, Miss Mag 822's son, did it was take the bottom rubber band thing, stick it through the top, and then with your middle and ring fingers, stick those fingers inside of this, and then bring it up so the rubber bands will match. And he didn't really teach it that well. I mean, he taught it well, but he didn't really teach it that in depth. So if you want to just watch that over, make sure I got it right. So yeah, that will give you the setup. And then the way that Scam School or Brian Brushwood taught it was basically kind of like the same thing, but it was kind of different and harder. So you would just, like, here, you would take the bottom of the top, stick it through the bottom, and then put it up. Then take your middle and index and middle and ring, and just do that. So you do that one again. Okay. And that will give you the same thing. It's just a little harder for me. I like the one that Jay's son does it better, which is bring the bottom one in and then take your middle ring fingers in. So if you're having any problems with this or you're not understanding anything, just leave a comment in the comment section below. Yeah, and maybe I could do another video and send it to you or something. Maybe I could just reply to your comment and tell you. So yeah, one last thing, is you want, another tip would be to just take the bottom one, like when you take the bottom one, stick it in. When you stick it in, you see this kind of like thing, like it's like it's mismatched with tan and a red one. So you put your middle and index fingers in that little loop inside the big loop. Okay, so you take them in that and then just bring it up so they match each other, and then you can just let go of your middle and index finger. Like so, yeah, that's it for now.